All right. First, I want to give a shout out to Reddit Movie Club, Reddit How Did This Get Made, How Did This Get Made podcast. Uh, I love what you're doing. Keep doing it. Movie Club is screening the films for all of us, and it's really awesome that I get to keep up and talk with some friends from Reddit to, share in the experience of the movie. So that said, this is my notes that I took on how this movie should have been China's Die Hard. And what I mean by that is Die Hard in America is a well-loved film. It is considered by a lot of people to be the Christmas movie, and a lot of people watch it annually around Christmas time. I know it's on a lot of top 10 Christmas movie lists and stuff like that. But I don't know that China has that kind of movie in their culture, something that you want to watch every year. But given the huge number of similarities between this movie Skyscraper and Die Hard, I thought that it could have been, or should have been, a very cool Chinese equivalent to our Die Hard. So, point one, this should have taken place at Chinese Lunar New Year. It's end of January, I think. I'm a dumb American, so forgive me. But that would have given a time to rewatch annually, to get that real solid place in cultural zeitgeist. And it is pandering to a Chinese holiday, so you're not you are telling the Chinese audience that you're doing this specifically for them, and it's obvious enough that you're doing it for them. I don't know that it would necessarily be the greatest idea, but I feel like it would definitely solidify it as what we're going for and what our target audience is. And then, if Americans like it, too, cool. The main way I would improve this is the character I've just been calling Al in my notes. It's the Asian police officer and his partner that are talking to Nev Campbell in a bunch of the scenes in their HQ trailer. I forget the character's name. He is our Owl Powell, or he is the new Owl Powell in Skyscraper, but he doesn't have any of the cool character development or anything like that Al does in Die Hard. So we need to see him. These are the 3 points I added that would have really made him a likable Al Powell type character. And one is he needs to be seeing people celebrating, and either celebrating with his family, or for some reason he can't be with his family. So maybe they're out celebrating and he gets the call and then he has to go in to take care of the situation. Or he's, maybe in a hospital or something, and he's staring out the window at people celebrating, but he can't join them because of some other condition, some other situation he has. And then the phone rings and he has to go report for this situation. Whatever he's doing needs to show, don't tell us, all of his backstory. And after that, I think when he is showing up to the command center, if he is, pushing through throngs of people, or, celebrators, or, for some reason he's shown, maybe he has to wait for a parade or something to go by, or, he has to wait for a crowd to disperse or something that shows us that it is a party, it is Lunar New Year, people are celebrating, and he is not being able to join the fun because of this situation or because of his personal situation or a combination of both. And 3, there's a scene where Nev Campbell says, does that look like someone with a plan to you? And I think if our Officer Al had said something relatable and humanizing, like, but, a man would do anything for his family or something, cliche, or ideally, if there is a Chinese turn of phrase, he could have used that maybe us as Americans wouldn't necessarily understand, but would like bring the house down in China for Chinese audiences. The other main thing about making this targeting a Chinese audience is they needed someone to go in and tweak the script a little bit for certain turns of phrase in America that Chinese characters are using. Like the Detective Al's partner says something about Nev Campbell's story doesn't pass the smell test, which I've heard before, but I, in like old timey speak, like, like if somebody in the 1900s said, like in the 1910s, didn't pass the smell test. I mean, like it seems like a very old turn of phrase that probably isn't real popular among Chinese speakers. I mean, I don't know, but that seems like an old phrase and something that I would not expect to hear from a Chinese character. And that's basically my whole idea of wrapping this up to really make it sink in as like a really good movie for a Chinese audience that really would have hit home with them. I don't know, maybe it did anyway, but me as an American, like I was pulling for it to really do something that I recognized as really going to sink in with somebody else. And then my other nitpick kind of idea is there's no Chinese terrorists. So that means either A, they brought in all of these white guys. So a little bit of spoilers, obviously. There's a part where I forget the character's name. I'm just going to call him Takagi. Takagi reveals that he has this information about a vast international network of something or others. Bad guys. And then, so that explains why there is a like Eastern European team of assassins coming after him. But I think that either A, these people that wanted him dead should have shopped locally for hitmen, or gone with a very international team. I want to see South American dudes. I want to see white American guys. I want to see Eastern European white guys, and I want to see some Hong Kong guys. Throwing an Australian in there for no reason. But it was neither a multicultural or locally what we could grab. It was, we hired this one group of guys from this one, like us, 35 bad guys all across the world decided that we're all going to pool our money to hire this one mercenary team from Eastern Europe somewhere. That just didn't make sense to me. Oh, wow. 9 minutes. Okay. Thanks for watching, I guess. I might do more of these if people like it.